world has ever seen.
Oh, so that is his name. Oh,
Yeah, I'm here. I'm back. I'm back. My YouTube messed up yesterday, but I'm back. I'm back with this talk show. Talk show lets y'all people could call in. We could talk face to face. You know all that. Um, yeah, I wanna say thank you to the people that supported the show yesterday. I think it went over two almost 2 hours yesterday. You know, y'all like them long shows like that, but I was trying to keep it down to an hour. So I want to see what we could do today. I think Talkshow will cut you off at a certain point, and then I had some technical difficulties today. I guess because I got so many things going on my computer, but that's either here or there. Um, I'm hoping to get people to call in and join me, I'll just I'm umming. I just looked at some videos yesterday and I was looking at some videos today and I saw hip hop gamer and Big Cheese playing the game. It looked it better than it looked it back in the days. I mean back in the last couple of years, it don't look nothing. It don't look as good as it looked when we were playing the alpha. Though it definitely doesn't. Now, this is something that people need to talk about or say something about. Why do the female boxers look better? They look more fluid, and the fighting look better with them. It's crazy that they look better than the male boxers, and most people are not they're not playing with the male, but I mean the female boxers like that. Let me get rid of this captions because the captions don't really say what type what I'm saying. Yeah, so just want to say I think we had a good show yesterday. It's just that technical difficulties deleted my video, and I'm not upset, but because it seems like sometimes I'll be on repeat mode. That's why I like to have call-in shows or have somebody to talk with me. Have two people talking, so I don't stray to keep saying the same thing because the things that I repeat are the things to me, I feel should be addressed in the game. So what else I was want to talk about? Let's talk about Ash. Shout out to Ash. I respect you and everything. I really respect you. And it seems like we both have the same kind of mindset as far as how we want to see a game. And then you said people at the studio say, I think you said they said you're crazy, or and I know in the past you said people say you're over ambitious with your ideas. So what? It's your game. It can be done. I did the research. These people that tell you your ideas is over ambitious, they don't care about your ideas. And that's bad. I like the way you talk when we talked on the phone. You talk like a person that was not going to stray from his vision, the vision that he had. I like that the way you talk like that. You sounded like a business owner that had a goal, and the people that work under him, they had to follow them goals. But then you got people that's gonna tell you, oh, it's hard to do this and it's hard to do that. The gaming industry has a lot of people that's out of work and they're looking for work. Why aren't you hiring these guys? I'm pretty sure they want to be on a project like this. This project has a lot of talk behind it. It has a lot of people trying to follow it and see where it's going to go. They think it's going to be a better game than EA. And the thing, and what you got to do is you got to make sure you make a game that the EA diehards, the EA Fight Night fans, they're going to break away from that Fight Night because they're holding on, hoping that EA makes a Fight Night Champion Part 2 or another boxing game. And from my intel, EA is waiting for you guys to drop your game and see how your game plays out. See what y'all do, what numbers y'all do, because EA is about numbers. They don't want to make a game and it flops again like Fight Night Champion. And if you listen to a lot of these Fight Night fanboys, they would say Fight Night was a successful game. How you gonna tell the numbers that it was a successful game? And they tell you, oh, all these people were playing Fight Night Champion. Again, how you gonna tell EA it was a successful game? Yes, people start playing it after they realize when they did that little protest for Fight Night Champion, and I know about that protest. I was a part of that protest. When people silently said, we're not going to buy Fight Night Champion because it's not the game we wanted. They literally did not buy the game. And then you know what? EA said, wow, the game didn't do the numbers we want. We're not making Fight Night Champion no more. Because they already had a plan and a blueprint set out for the next Fight Night Champion. And stop asking me, I'm not guessing. I know. I was a moderator and community leader. I talked to the devs heavily. And yeah, people thought that their protest, me too, it was going to make EA give us the game we wanted at that time and stop using the NBA 2K now. I'm talking about the NBA 2K back then. They thought Fight Night Champion was going to take a page from NBA 2K, like as far as realism presentation and capturing the sport realistically. Not as I know you saying NBA 2K wasn't really that realistic, but enough. It was realistic enough to capture the hardcore fans of that sport. So once they found out that I found out early. They found out that Fight Night Champion was not going to be the game they want. Everybody protested. They said, we're not going to buy it. We're going to force EA to make the game we want. EA saw the numbers. EA said, all right, we're gonna definitely focus on the UFC game. So a year went by, and they thought maybe EA just trying to call our bluff. And then a year went on, another year went on. People started buying Fight Night Champion. They didn't like it, but their thing is they forced themselves to like it, hoping that EA see that the numbers go up, that the numbers of them buying the game will make EA start making a game. And then what's that, promoters and other boxes, they start making posts on Twitter and different social medias. They were trying to boost it up. But EA, they was like, we're too invested in the UFC game. And they said they didn't like what they saw when the fans protested and didn't buy the Fight Night Champion game. But if then when you see it now, the numbers are up. Not astronomical, but the numbers are up of the people that bought the Fight Night Champion. Then you gotta also realize that over the years the game price went down. So they buying the game. So the thing now is EA is waiting to see what Steel City does. They're waiting to see what Undisputed does. Let me see if anybody's trying to get in here. Okay. All right. Yeah, so nobody's here yet. EA they just couldn't afford, and yes, EA could afford taking another hit with a fight night game and by implementing the things they had, because I keep saying about the wish list that I sent them. The original, I call it the original wish list now because so many years passed by, but we gave them a wish list, and EA started implementing some of that into the UFC game. But the wish list I sent, EA was hoping they was gonna be able to implement that into another fight night game. But when they made Fight Night Champion originally, I sent them the wish list way before Fight Night Champion was made. And they would have people hyped up. That's why most fans were hyped up and got deflated once they found out that the things that was in the wish list was not going to be in the wish list. And they were like, "What's the use of buying the game?" And EA, their thing was the story mode was going to capture the casual fan. The story mode caught social media more than anything. It caught the people that really wasn't the casual fans, the people that really weren't boxing fans. So the story. So now, even years after Fight Night Champion hasn't been out, people really talking about the story mode still. And the people that say Fight Night Champion was a great game, I'm like, yo, no, it wasn't. It was an okay game for what we had. And people like saying, well, what other game was better? What other game was realistic? Fight Night Champion wasn't realistic. The developers said it wasn't realistic. So why are you putting words in their mouth? It had certain elements in it which they put in there that had a realistic feel to it, but it wasn't realistic. And stop with that. What other game was realistic stuff? What's wrong with you? For one, some of y'all are adults. What's wrong with y'all? Stop being so programmed. It's crazy. Stop arguing stuff. Argue for a better game. Y'all got that mindset of something is better than nothing. No, how's they gonna get better? You see this game? Hold up, on this side. You see this game right here? I'm on the point. No, I gotta use it. You see this game right here? Imagine if we didn't say anything about this game, where we would have been at. Imagine Imagine we didn't say nothing about that game. That game right here. Any of those games, any of these games right here. Imagine we didn't say anything. We would have been stuck right here at Activision Boxing. Stop. Stop getting mad and upset with people. That's crazy. Come on, y'all. We adults. We don't want the same thing. We got to push. If you don't push the developers, and a lot of developers, they want you to push them. Then you got some developers that want to be stuck in a certain place. And I try to be I don't want to say diplomatic, but I try to spare certain people feelings. But no, it's not about feelings. It's about I want a great game. I don't want to be waiting until I'm 80 or 90 years old. I'm not 80 or 90, but I mean, I'm not close to 80 or 90, but still, I don't want to be an old man and have a lot of grandkids and I don't have a realistic, never had a realistic boxing game. It's crazy. Y'all, it's some of the fans that they have this cult mentality that they're saying that it's okay. That looks like boxing. They did a couple of things like boxing. It's realistic. Come on, man, stop. Stop. I'll be hearing a lot of these content creators, not the ones that I'm in good with, but a lot of these content creators, they overpraise stuff. Stop. I don't care about getting anything from Steel City or any company. That's what even when back when a couple of indie companies were making games, I didn't care about what they can give me. And there was like one company I knew was a scam in general. They were trying to get off their feet and try to pull me into that. No, I'm not scamming no fans. That's not me. Because I have a friendship with the community. And it's like it's crazy how we just scared to give feedback. And I know like in the Discord they try to cut your feedback, especially if you're a hardcore fan. And I heard now they're starting to talk about boxing a little more in the Discord. But when I was in the Discord, they used to get mad at me for my passion. But you get mad at me for my passion about boxing, but y'all talking about Tekken in the Discord for a boxing game. For Undisputed, you getting mad at me for giving my ideas and then telling me, well, you said that last week or a month ago or a year ago. So what? Yo, I'm not spamming the chat. I'm trying to, because for one, ideas build. You build your ideas. What you had posted last year or the week ago, you probably built on it, and that's how I do. People need to support each other with these ideas. People got to push um Steel City to make a better game. And it seemed like Ash, again, salute to Ash, and I appreciate you. But it's like people scared to say something because they feel like if they say something that they feel might hurt the company feelings or hurt Ash or somebody feelings, they're not going to get perks or something. They're not going to get the interviews. They're not going to get merchandise and stuff like that. I don't care about that stuff. Really don't care about that. I want a shirt, but I don't care enough that you give me a shirt, now I can't really say certain things. Nah. To me, it's about making sure boxing represented as realistic as possible within the game. And when before you start arguing with me, go to my I got it right there, I got it up there. Go to my blog and read all my blogs about ideas, suggestions, wishes, and ideas. Read them. Don't just halfway read them. Read them. You read my suggestions, wishes, and ideas on my blog spot. You will see my mindset and what I'm talking about. Stop saying what can and cannot be done, especially in this day and age, especially with AI. AI cuts development time from 20 to 30 minutes, 30%, and it can even go further than that as AI develops. AI can knock off development time. So let's say Steel City, they this game took them 4 years and they still not finished. It would have cut them down to probably a year and a half, 2 years, or less. It's like they fearful of their job, but at some point you gotta allow AI in development. Because I see a lot of things. Because people, this one thing that I learned. People feel that if you're not doing something that they know how to do, you don't know anything about it. Me, I watch videos about game development. I read books about game development. How did you get your education? Reading books. Me, game development is not my thing. I'm not really hands on. But when I read and I watch videos, I know what can and can't be done. The things that I like, I like cooking vegan food. I'm a cook. I was always a cook. My thing is I like writing. I like coming up with ideas. I like doing poetry. Hence why I call myself poetic. Drink to you. That's why that's why I get on a lot of these devs about stuff, and a lot of them come back to me and say, "Dad, you're right." This I even had devs at go to go as far as they go do research on what I said and come back to me and say, "Poe, you are right about that." Said, "Dad, who pushed you toward that?" I do a lot of research. I'm a grown man. That's what I keep saying. That's what I keep saying about video games now, because people keep saying video games is for kids. Stop. Stop the nonsense. You got to realize when video games first came out about 50, 60 years ago, them people, grandkids, their kids, they were playing video games. Now you got to realize they're grown. I was playing video games in the 80s. So imagine I'm playing games now. Some people not playing them at high levels or making it a part of their life, like they gotta do it, like addiction. But adults are still playing games, especially sports games. So companies have to start putting their mindset to it. Yeah, we got adults playing games too. And a good example, arcade games don't really sell like they used to, especially sports games. Why is that? You got adults playing games. Why isn't EA making NBA 2K? I mean, not 2K. Yeah, that's crazy. Why isn't NBA 2K making NBA Live? Fans was getting fed up with it. You got cult members that love NBA Live. You got a group of people that love it, they defend it and everything. But fans stop buying NBA Live. No matter how much fans talk about how they like NBA Live, if it was making money, EA would have never stopped making it. But the thing is, once 2K started doing what they was doing, and NBA Live seen that they couldn't keep up with it, they stopped making games. You got to realize that, and you got to think about that. Stop going off how you feel, what you think is right. It's not true. It's not true. All the things that you putting in your mind, it's not true. You got to really realize that we are a majority of the gamers are adults, and the hardcore fans should be thought about first. And the thing is, you know, I hate to put names out there, but people like Raxzilla, he has that arcadey mindset. He keeps saying he has, he has that mindset that thinks that realism doesn't sell, a hybrid sells. That's that EA mindset. And behind the scenes, EA loved all my ideas, not Rax, because Rax wasn't in all the conversations I was having with the developers. Brizzle. Rax wasn't in all them conversations. Technically, I mean, he wasn't in really in none. I don't know if they went back to tell him, but he wasn't in them conversations. So stop saying realism doesn't sell. Because if you are a gamer, you like the challenge. And if boxing is a challenge in itself, all right. Then you don't want, these I'm gonna tell you the things that casual fans don't like. They don't like when a boxer in the ring runs around the ring, or he's too defensive and stuff like that. If you watch boxing or do your research, boxers that are real defensive, they still lose fights. That's super defensive, they still lose fights. Then you say, well, Floyd Mayweather was super defensive and he ain't lose fights. Well, there's our strategies to beat Floyd. And then there are people that get mad when boxers, are too defensive. And they say that's not realistic. There are boxers that are too defensive. Some of them are penalized. Some of them they lose on points. But everybody that has a casual mindset playing a boxing game, everything has to be a knockout. If that's what they want, that should be an optional mode, not the default mode. The default mode should always be hardcore boxing. It's crazy. These companies have that mindset. Because I had an argument with I don't say wouldn't say argument, but a debate with a couple of developers from different companies, like for the last couple of years. And their thing was they were taking what EA was putting out there, and they kept repeating that to me. I said, nah, stop repeating what they're saying. And I start breaking it down to them. Then they start seeing what I was saying. When I was helping Round for Round, he wanted that EA um, model. He wanted to do basically like that EA model. He said, realism is not gonna really sell that well. I said, well, that's what I want in the game. I want the realistic boxing game. They was gonna try to give us, to me, and this is what I keep telling people. When you say you gotta have a balance, and when I hear that word balance, this is what I think all the time. They say when you gotta have a balance of realism and arcade, they're gonna always cancel out each other. Because when you have a realistic game, it's realistic. When you have realistic and arcade, it's gonna always play either or. Either or. I mean, going either or. You gotta. I don't know who doing their research or why they just. A lot of them just come straight out their head and say, you gotta have these things because that's how they feel. And then when I see some of these people play, you can realize that. Hold up, you said you a hardcore boxing fan. You're the arcade head. Y'all the arcade heads. That's why the game is not hardcore. Y'all have that mentality that, well, because a lot of them is they want to win at all costs. They want every match to be ready to rumble. They want every match to be full blown slugfest. No, that should be either or. That should be like if Mike Tyson is fighting a boxer, he should be able to go in there and fight in full blaze. But best believe if you fighting a person that's strategic enough, you're gonna be hitting Mike Tyson with right hands, throwing hooks from the outside. That's the things you need to keep in your mind. If you're a hardcore boxing fan, that's what you should see. That's why I say some of you guys that so-called call yourself hardcore, could you train somebody in a gym to be a great boxer? I can. And I'm gonna tell you a story. I'm trying to add stories sometime into my thing. I was training these guys. They were Caucasian guys. When I was training in Hillside. I was training them because they came to the gym. They couldn't fight a lick. I trained them for about a year. I mean, not a year, a couple of months. That's how good I can train somebody. A couple of months, I think I trained them for about 6 months. I thought they were coming there to fight in general. So I'm from Newark, by the way. So I was training another town that's close to Newark. So I was training them. And me, I was looking at them. They had a weirdness about them, but they respected me because everybody always in most gyms, the heavyweight is the king of the gym. That's how a lot of gyms always had it. The heavyweight is the man. If you have a good heavyweight there, he's the man. So I was training because my thing is I was training myself, but I also was training them. So I was working with them. So they was gonna doing well. There's getting their right hand down pat. There's getting their jab down pat. So I stopped seeing them for a while. I was like, what's going on? So I knew a couple of guys that was in the gym that they was talking to me and say, yo, why did you? They didn't say Caucasians, but I'm trying to be politically correct without offending somebody. They said them Caucasian guys that you train, they're in Hillside High. That's the school they was going to. They're in Hillside High, knocking people out. They're racist. I said, wow. I said, you serious? He said, yeah. They're in there knocking people out, knocking all the black guys out. They're knocking out the Mexicans and stuff like that. I'm like, yo. I said, them guys, when I was training them, they were real good. I was ready to get my coach to set them up for fights. But their thing was they used their skills. But the point I'm trying to make is I can train people. I know boxing. So, a lot of y'all say, say y'all little slick stuff or say Poe don't know what he's talking about. I can train people if I want to, but that's not my passion to be a trainer anymore. Once my uncle and my brother died, because both of them were my trainers, that was not my passion. My brother, before he passed away and before he got sick, we were going to open a gym. He said when I retire from my job, because he was a police officer. When I retired from my job, we're going to train people. And I said, you serious? He said, yeah. And I was excited about it. I would have did it then, but I don't have the passion because my thing is, like I said, I want to write books. I want to write a book, which I'm about to start really digging deep into. I'm writing a cookbook. Um, I don't care what y'all say about that because money is money. I'm gonna write a cookbook, and I like poetry and stuff like that. You know, writing poetry and stuff. And I'm an artist, so I'm like, I said disconnected from chat, duh. But my thing is, when you skilled at something, you want to see it. Like, I'm not the only one that's be saying these things or feel this way. You got boxers like Steve Cunningham. He says stuff about it. Coach Anthony, he said stuff about the game. So it's like the boxers were pushed out the studio and said we don't need the boxers in the studio because when the boxers were there in the early production of the game before they started adding more things to it, the game looked more realistic. It had more realistic things in it. The alpha and the beta in the early beta, it looked it better than what we got now. But then this is what I'm say. Why does Clarissa Shields and her fighting, because I saw in the Big Cheese video, why do they look better than the male fighting? Look weird. Oh, okay, I got somebody coming in. I thought everybody gave up on that. Why is they coming in? Where you at? Let me see. You ain't yet? Let me put the chat back up. All right, so if you come in, you could just talk. Yeah, so my thing is, why does Clarissa Shields and I forget who was fighting because I glanced at it a little bit and I was like, Dad, why the women boxers fight better than the male boxers? I'll put this chat up. Okay, open chat. So if you're in chat, you can start talking. Say, I know I'm gonna have to heavily edit this video. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that was my boy that tried to join. Yeah. So I'm trying. I'm gonna try to. I think I'm gonna go probably like 10, 20 more minutes. Yeah. So I just wanted to know how you guys felt about the game at its current state. And a lot of y'all don't glaze. A lot of y'all glazing. A lot of people get mad at feedback. I'm not trying to praise something before it's fully done. And a lot of people, they also have that mindset that it's still an incomplete game. Why are you getting upset? Because your base game shows the mindset of the development team. It shows the vision that they have. Because I seen games that start off the foundation, it looks great, the basis. And then as time went on, it got way much better. It got much better than what it is. A good example, I keep saying it, and I guess they probably be listening to me too. But Warframe constantly updates its game. It looks nothing like the original game. I'm always use Warframe as an example. So it's no excuse. And I'm still wondering is um Still City still gonna use that live update model. Because a lot of people in the industry they keep saying the live update model is not a good model. They said it's kind of failing. But to me, a lot of gamers love it. You updating the game, you know, live. It's like you like today could be something wrong with the game, and you updating the next day, or you added something like, hold up, we're about to update the game, and then within 48 hours when they make that announcement, or 24 hours or less, they updated the game. Now you got a different game, a whole different game. That's what Warframe doing. Warframe and make an announcement. We working on this, we're working on that, and then we'll make a we're about to update it and we'll let you know. And half of the time, overnight, you wake up, you got a whole different. You're like, yo, what's going on? It's a whole different game, and it's not a bad thing that it's a whole different game. It's a beautiful game. Warframe is old, and it's still going. It's still thriving. And my thing to you, Ash, if you ever watch this video or watch my stuff, could you tell me, are y'all still doing a live updates? I want to know, is you stop saying what the team, because the team gonna tell you what they can't do, because a lot of times they don't care or don't want to do it. Sometimes you gotta take emotions out of, you know, the team, because the team sometimes a person will use how you feel against you. Sometimes you just got to be a boss and say, I need people that can do this. It can be done. 100% can be done. Because people keep making excuses about, oh, it's hard to put the referee in the ring because this and that. Why is it that WWE 2K and past wrestling games, they were able to have all those wrestlers in the game and no interaction? The thing is, maybe aimbot doesn't know as much as he know, which is okay. But grab somebody that's in the industry that knows more than him and bring them on board if that's what you want to do. But stop saying what can't and can't be done. And another thing that's my gripe, and I'm gonna keep put it on repeat, which I know is gonna be a failure from my experience. Why are y'all not putting tendency sliders? Not not tendencies. Oh, this box had tendencies and that box had tendencies. No, let us edit the boxes because a lot of hardcore fans, they see things that y'all do not see. So we can edit the boxers to a more realistic state and fans could download them or whatever, or fans could, or we could adjust them to how we want to use them. And a lot of you YouTubers should be backing me on this because if you make like behind the scenes, you make realistic fighting boxers, that's content. You making real, you adjusting the sliders and stuff, that's content. Come on now. Y'all gotta back me. I'm not going against y'all, but I'm not gonna be with y'all if y'all not trying to see things what's realistic. Come on now. We adults now. Because there's no guarantee that I got a son, he plays game, but it's no guarantee that his kids, when he have kids, are going to be passionate as you want them to be. They might have the mindset like, they probably want a more extravagant, a more hardcore game. Because y'all keep saying a boxing game will make fans, and that's my slogan. I always said, look it up. And I feel like I'm not getting as much credit as I should get. A boxing game can make a casual fan turn into a hardcore fan. Can make a hardcore fan out of a casual. That's my thing. Give the brother credit, but I'm saying that, and I always said that a boxing game can help the sport of boxing. People always take my sayings, they take some of my ideas and stuff. They never give me credit. I don't care. I just want the game. I just want the game. Y'all gotta really push up on these developers. Their things, they want me to be silent. No, all y'all gonna do is make me ramp up. And my thing is, you don't want me to ramp up while you launching the game or while the game has been launched. That's what you don't want. You don't want me to be that guy. Come on now, give us some. Y'all not, to me, y'all not even giving a proper lead up to the launch of the game. Come on. Let's have a round table. Let the community have a round table with Ash. I don't want Rax here because Rax really disappointed me. I think a lot of things in the game is because of Rax. It's like Rax got that arcadey hybrid mentality. You can have an arcadey mentality as an option. You really don't know why Fight Night Champion fell. I do. You really don't see why Fight Night round 4 didn't sell as many copies as it should have. I do. You're not in the community as well as you think you is. I'm behind the scenes. I'm passionate. You got to realize, I'm talking to you, Rex. You got to realize I was on IGN and these other websites, and I'll forget his name. Well, he came and got me the senior community manager. He was on the IGN forums, and he seen how passionate I was and how people respected me on the IGN forums. Was that 10, 20 years ago? I mean, not 10, 15, 20 years ago. I was on the IGN forums and he told me to come onto the Fight Night forums. And I think I was one of the first people that was part of that Fight Night forum. And then I was there for, say, about a week. Then he made me a moderator. And then he started elevating me. I became a senior moderator because he see how I was able to talk and communicate with the fans, and I was bringing more fans into the forum. A lot of fans start coming in because I was all over the internet talking to boxing and gaming fans. So I start bringing them to the forums. And then a lot of people start saying I had that cult mentality because people start following what I wanted. It's not me forcing them. They had the same ideas I had. They had the same, the wants and structure of a game like I had. It's not them following me. A lot of people just want people that have that mentality of an arcade game because people see how other games was elevating and they wanted Fight Night Champion to be the same kind of game. So my thing was I was bringing all them people to the forums and stuff. So I start talking to the developers. I start setting up Q&As. I was setting up I was doing my own podcast and I was inviting the developers to come on to my podcast because I had a podcast with Dad, I forget his name. That was my partner. Had one with Anthony. Y'all know him as Indigo 72. And then I had one with Dad, I forget my boy name. Oh, PR guy. PR guy. He's a doctor now. Respect to you, brother. And he got children now. I said, wow, years flew by. But he's a doctor. So, we had all these elements to help the game be successful. But here we go. Now, people trying to push me out of the community. I'm trying to help build boxing and boxing again. I'm trying to help get a realistic boxing game for the people that want it. You got to realize you want to attract them older people too. They trying to push the older people out. Older people play games. You got people, Shaq is close to my age. A lot of them still playing video games. So you want to push them out? Steve Cunningham, close to my age, if not my age. I think he's my age. No, he's under me. You got older people playing games. Stop pushing people out. Stop trying to get rid of people. They keep calling me a dinosaur. I'm all right with that. You got to realize I'm alive, healthy. I don't care how big you look at me and say, oh, Poe is big. I'm a vegan, healthy, a great health record and everything. And remember, gorillas, elephants, hippos, all those are vegans. Maybe I eat a higher content of vegetables, but I'm still healthy. So stop trying to down somebody until you do your research on stuff. But that's either here or there again. My thing is I'm passionate about a boxing game succeeding, but I can't back a game that doesn't have what I would say my best interests. Why should I play? Because I got peace and shout out to Beast, the Beast. He called me probably, like I said, 2 or 3 times a week, if not more. But he said that I should play the game so I could get feedback off of it and stuff like that. Me doing the videos is giving feedback. I played the game before. I watch people play the game. You go, no matter you hands on or not, you can see other people playing the game, especially the people that are hardcore gamers playing the game. I see people that I trust their opinion playing the game. So why should I play the game and say, all right, I like it. I know I like what I see. I can see what's wrong with the game. I ain't gotta have it in my hand and the controls and stuff to see what's wrong with the game. I can't force myself to play something I do not like. Because if that was the case, I'll have a billion games in my cover. Come on now. Beast, you my boy, but come on, I can't do that. You're an online gamer. I'm not an online gamer. But I'm gonna say this. ESBC, when it was ESBC, the alpha, I loved it. I played it. And when I was playing people, it had boxing technique. It felt a little more smoother. It felt better. It just was missing little things. It was like the game needed little tweaks. And it seemed like whoever was there just left. And they had to figure it out themselves. It's like he probably asked for more money. He left because they couldn't give it to him. Bring him back. Turkey Alley Sheik, bring him back. And us as gamers and boxing fans, ask Turkey Alley Sheik to put more money into this game so Ash can get better developers. Maybe he could change the engine. And they say that's a hard. No, it's not a hard. It's not a hard thing to do. It's a transition that they could do behind the scenes. Because I've seen companies do it. You transition to another engine. EA has, a lot of people say, well, EA had its own engine. EA has everything they do is on their own engines that they make. Steel City doesn't have their own engine. They're working off of Unity. And, it bothers a lot of people, but to me, Unity is not good for the vision that Ash has. And to me, the vision that Ash has, he no longer has. He became the person that settles and let his team make him settle. Once they said that you're being over ambitious or that's too much, you got to second guess, say, do you want to be here or are you going to try to make my vision happen? Or do I have to get other people? Because my thing is, you restarted, you said a couple of times. So within that couple of times, you could have grabbed more people. And you could, like, behind the scenes, you could restart again because the game about to launch. So you can update your team. You got to fill in them gaps. Don't let your game fail because you're too attached to somebody that don't want to help follow your vision. A team should never tell you that you're overthinking, you're too extreme with your ideas and stuff like that. Whoever said that, say, well, if you don't want to do my ideas and you think they're over ambitious, you can leave, or maybe I can hire somebody that can do them. That's what you got to say. Stop being so nice. Ash is too nice. Not nice enough because he didn't come to my defense. I always talk highly of Ash, but now I'm like, why should I always talk nice about somebody or something that don't talk nice about? I mean, that they don't come to my defense. This is your business. Stop letting other people control you. And this, I'm gonna tell you a story. Even though I don't like EA, the company, the developers all like I got banned from the EA forums because I wasn't being a moderator. I was being too much of what they will say the people in the group. And my thing was, I don't want to be a moderator because you're making me be silent and complacent, and all I do is moderate. No, I'm a fan before anything. So I was like giving ideas, saying what I don't like and stuff like that. And they're like, Poe, what's going on? I don't like the game. If I don't like something, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like. It's not realistic. It's arcadey. I was always pushing for arcade. So you can't. Nobody could keep me from giving my feedback. Can't keep me from giving my feedback. And I agree with people that said, "Poe, you gotta be partial." I forget the other word at the moment, but you got to be partial about things. You can't let the fans see that you're pushing for one thing and not the other. Because I was pro hardcore. When you get the arcade fans come in there, I'm like, yeah. My thing was I was always trying to keep the group together as a whole. But then my thing was let arcade be our options. Don't feed us that from the with a hybrid or let that be the main thing. And stop that balance thing. That really throws a loop in because when I hear the word balance, and you might not mean it the way that I think. But when you say balance, my mind always go to they're talking about a hybrid game. They want arcade and sim, and I hate to say arcade. I mean, I hate to say the word sim because then when you think about sim, that really throws people into a loop. No, I'd rather say sim. I mean, realistic sim because the realistic aspect of boxing is what I want. I want boxing. I want what you see on TV. The movements can be done. Research. That's gonna be my main. I'm gonna get a shirt made. Research before you deny us. Exactly. That's crazy. So I think I'm about to end the video now. Yeah, because I was trying to get some people to come in here and talk. I don't know if it's hard for them to get on, and more than likely, it always happens. Once I get ready to log off, like two or three people would come in, and then it prolongs the show longer than I really wanted it to be. But today, I'm about to shut it off. I'm about to stop the show. I appreciate everybody that's listening and all you people that see this video. Go to my website. I mean my Twitter account and let me know you watched this video. Go to it's Boxing V Movement at Boxing V Movement. It's Boxing the letter V Movement. Go there and let me know that you watched this video and Ash or whoever watches that's in the development team, let me know you watched it. And let me know how you feel. To me, Ash should do a round table with fans, not the content creators, because a lot of content creators, they will show for you or they will say what they think you want to say and they won't be realistic. I would love for JMMA to be up there. I would love for Paraxis to be up there. And no shots at Marshall Mind. Marshall Mind is not really a boxing fan at all. He's kind of he said it so. He's kind of super casual. So I wouldn't want him up there. But I want boxing fans. Marshall Mind likes the boxing game because it's content. Or maybe he could elaborate on that more. But have a round table with the this week. You should have a round table. this week or the weekend, next weekend. You should have a round table with the community or open mic so people could call me, open chat so you can talk to people. And don't leave me out like y'all. I always find out that people try to leave me out of certain things. That's crazy. Poe too radical. So what? It ain't like I'm talking about politics or something. Maybe I am talking about politics when dealing with video game, but it's not like I'm talking about politics or religion. So stop excluding me from stuff. I've been here from day one of boxing video games. Nearly when video games start, nearly, not that old, but nearly. So, give me that respect, support me. I would support many of y'all. Just give me that support and I'll support you back. And I'm still on the wall about getting Undisputed because I, just like what I did with Fight Night Champion, why should I buy something that's going to make me rage more and more? Because me being passionate, I'm going to just be online talking mad, stuff about the game, like stuff like, this is not done, that's not done right, and stuff like that. Why should I buy the game if we're not really promised to get the things that we want that's missing? Referee missing. Why can't you create? They're not talking about I don't even know if the amateur mode will still be in the game. Are we gonna have an amateur mode still in the game? Are we? And my thing is, are we gonna have referees in the ring? Actually doing movement. Like I said, past games had referees in the ring, interacting. You have wrestling games with a lot of people in the ring interacting. I want to know if we're gonna have things that we really want that's missing from the game. Robes. Why are there no robes? The women walk to the ring with halter tops on, with top parts. That is gear. So why can't you do it with the boxers? Stop letting developers tell you what's not needed and what fans don't want. Fans want that. They wouldn't be complaining about it. They would not complain about the certain things over and over. It's not one person complaining about something. Trust me, if you did a poll today or even tomorrow when y'all go back to work and ask fans what they want in the game, they will tell you, we want a referee. We want the walkout gear. They want stuff like that. So my thing is, start listening to your community more than you do. And stop letting developers, because listen, if you don't have somebody that's passionate about the sport or what they're making, and a lot of times it ain't about being passionate about the sport. It's about being passionate about your job and getting things correct. That's the thing. Passionate about your job and doing things correct, doing your research, watching fights. You got to do, basically, some of these developers got to do like boxers do. Watch tapes of fights. That's what you got to do. And I don't know if the motion capture director is a boxing fan. Stop stopping the paddle. Let them punch through the paddle. Because when you catching a person, and I was saying it in my video yesterday that, it was technical difficulties and it deleted. I did motion caption before. I boxed. 13 years. I boxed. I had an injury. And I went to a sports, a rehabilitation facility. It was a high tech sports rehabilitation facility, and we were doing motion capture because there's motion capture testing my power, my range of motion, and everything. And when I watched the video, it showed my range of motion. The box is not showing range of motion. It's like you see a hiccup, like the shoulder pop, look like it popped out, the joint popped out, and it's like too high up. A lot of the punches don't go straight across. The arm should go straight across. Look, you see where my chin is? It should go straight across for some boxers. Some boxers don't punch right, but they do well with what they do. But you gotta um have boxers fight the way they fight. And a good example, and he said it once or twice. Sean Porter, he said one time in his video that doesn't really fight. The boxer don't really fight like him. Well, looks like how he would fight. So these are the things you got to take into because you can't. And my thing is, a lot of these developers convince boxers that yeah, this look like you. It's fighting like you, and they agree because to them, I'm in the game. Stop. From to me, I'm kind of not blaming the boxer, but I'm blaming the boxers and the developer. And the developers know better. Their thing is they can get over and just get a name in the game and they fight similar to the boxer and they dress like the boxer, fans gonna accept it. All right, let me lead off. Let me start with that. You know, respect and I love everybody that support me. Please, please go to my Twitter and let me know you watched the video. Share this video. It just makes me do more videos, and the more this is supposed to be a live video. Like y'all could call in and chat. So if I could get people to call in and stuff like that, y'all could talk and let me know how y'all feel instead of me dictating how I feel all the time. So peace. Thanks for coming through.